Good morning from the Chateau de Lalande, where Philip and I have started the day in my study because he's been doing some really exciting research into the history of the chateau. He's been going through old newspaper archives to try to find any mention of Lalande in the past. Got our best team on it.
Well, absolutely, I mean, clearly. But the problem is there's about 500 years of history.
Well, thank goodness most of them didn't have newspapers.
That's true. Well, actually, they did, but probably not online. So
yeah, and not about here.
No. I'm using this one link that one of your patrons actually sent us. And it's really interesting. There's a lot of articles. There's also a lot of Chateau de Lalande. So there's about 10 in France. So it's difficult to try and figure out which articles that mention Chateau de Lalande are about this Chateau de Lalande. And so I found one, I wasn't 100% sure, but it's about this region. And then I found a second one from 4 days earlier.
Another article.
Yeah, with the same story. So, and in the second article, it mentioned that it was indeed this chateau.
So it's confirmed.
Yes. And now the exciting thing about this is a bit of a dramatic story from the 11th of November, 1888, something that actually happened here. It's about a woman who, I think maybe you want to come and properly translate it, but
okay.
It's about
I'm coming round.
A maid not doing very well.
Oh my goodness. In Crozon, there was a suicide attempt a little while ago at the Chateau de Lalande by one of the chambermaids who was called Olympe CH ...
I love that bit.
Yeah, so were they protecting her identity?
Yes, exactly.
But what a beautiful name, Olympe, who was a widow of just a few months. This poor woman had sold all of her belongings to pay the debts that had been left to her by her husband. Bothered by his family and also having so many other problems in her life, she was disgusted with the thought of life itself, and she went to throw herself into a lake which was several meters deep next to the chateau. She would most certainly have drowned without the aid of several people who were attracted by the cries of a woman who had seen her throw herself into the water. The first person to arrive on the scene was a valet called Tavernier, and he was lucky enough, with the help of two other people, to be able to reach her with the help of a ladder and to drag her out of the lake. She'd completely lost consciousness. She was carried to the chateau, and in the chateau she received medical aid, which did bring her back to life. So, I mean, it's mixed emotions.
Yeah.
It's certainly a happy end. She might not have thought so that day, but it was very much a happy end. One of the things that is immediately coming to my mind is that Olympe and Tavernier have somehow been immortalized in this article in a way that almost no servants working in chateaus in the 19th century and before that were. They were the people who were in the chateaus all the time. Quite often the aristocratic families would come and go between Paris and their chateaus, and that was certainly true of life here at Lalande. And yet here we now know about Olympe, we know about Tavernier. That is so incredibly rare. We can remember these people, and I'm not seeing this as a sad story, Philip.
No, she was saved.
Yeah. Her life was saved.
But it is dramatic. I mean,
my goodness, it was dramatic. But our lake wasn't deep. I mean, I remember our lake very, very well. The lake was here when I moved in, and Nick and I would go out on the lake every single lunchtime and have our lunch on the little boat when we first moved in. That was in October 2005, so nearly 20 years ago. And it was maybe a metre deep. I mean, if you fell in, you could stand up. So
maybe it was one area, like maybe near the sluice gate or something, where there's more of a current.
It was deeper near the sluice gate. That was the one area that was deeper. It was 2 or 3 meters deep there.
Well, there we go.
And that would certainly have been deep enough. So I think it must have been near the sluice gate. And I think I'm going to go on a little pilgrimage.
Okay, I'm going to keep doing some more research. Maybe I'll find something else.
Oh my goodness, this is the most exciting thing ever. I cannot believe you're discovering these things about the chateau.
Olympe and Tavernier, 2 people.
Wow.
Maybe 2 of the chateau's ghosts, who knows?
Let's go and see. We're going to walk around the old side of the chateau. That's the original wing of the chateau. The road just snakes past around here. Lalande doesn't have its lake anymore, sadly, and for those of you who don't know why, I did make a video about that and I will link to it here. We have, however, got permission to put the lake back, a smaller version of it, and hopefully any day now we'll be getting our first quotes for that work. So fingers crossed, next year work should be starting on the lake, all going well. The road that I'm walking on now belongs to the local commune, but in the past it belonged to the chateau and it would have been a dirt track like this one. But the upkeep on the track was quite annoying, so in the 70s the Marquis gave this to the commune for them to do the upkeep of it. But we are still very much on the land that belongs to the chateau. These are woods to the right and the old lake bed to the left, and this is the old sluice gate, and this is the point at which the lake was deep. The stream is still going through this way, and it's so silted up that you can't really see how deep it was, but there's probably a good metre of silt in there, and I have certainly seen it overflow at this point. So if you imagine the water coming all the way up to the top of the sluice gate, which it certainly can do, it did get very, very deep at this point. Now there's just a tiny stream running along. And if you look at the other side of the lane, you will see that, again, it's quite a steep drop down. And when we have a lot of rain, this becomes a gushing waterfall down to the stream that continues all the way along here with its beautiful granite boulders. And on days when the water is cascading down with that cliff in the background, it does look like something from a Gothic novel here. But I absolutely never thought that something so dramatic had actually happened in reality. After hearing that story, looking at this feels like a scene from Hamlet. You can just imagine Ophelia there. Thank goodness this had a much, much happier outcome. Now I will go back to Lalande and into the garden of Lalande to show you from that side. Everything in front of us was the old lake bed. You can even see the boathouse is still there. And the lake will be going back one day, but much smaller than it was before. So the boathouse won't be on the water anymore, because in front of the boathouse, there will be the deviated stream. The stream is not allowed to go through the lake anymore, which means at first there will be a stream, then a bank, and then the new lake. You can see Jean-Christophe has been doing an enormous amount of clearing down here, and that is the path that the stream will be deviated to in future. And the fact that this in particular was the deepest point is probably what saved Olympe's life. I suspect that the woman who screamed was on that lane and saw Olympe as she went in. And when the wind's in the right direction, back in the chateau, we can hear people laughing loudly on that lane. So someone shouting could definitely have been heard back inside the chateau. And it's from the chateau that the valet Tavernier would have run out to save her. So Olympe was saved by the wonderful people in the chateau. And to me, it's just another example of how in our darkest moments, sometimes we have to rely on the people around us to help us through. And we have to be there for the people in our lives who need us at times like that. And from all of the stories, it could have come down to us from the unnamed servants that usually you would never get to hear about in the past. It's quite beautiful that it's a story of one saving another in their darkest hour. I suspect that on that first day when she was finally brought round in the chateau, she must have been quite upset that she didn't manage to succeed in her attempt. But I very much hope that in the weeks, months and years that followed, she found happiness again and was grateful to her colleagues who'd saved her in her hour of need. I've just realised that if Olympe was not living here with her husband, and obviously her husband had passed away, if she was living on site, she could well have been in the room that Amory is working on at the moment, the Chambre d'Henriette, because there are 3 bedrooms that on the mid-19th century plans were specifically designed for the chambermaids of the chateau. So strangely, we may have discovered a woman who lived in the room that we are currently working on. Unbelievable. Philip and I have been talking about the fact that we will never know Olympe's surname because it's just Olympe CH dash. And I presume that that was to protect her identity, though it's laughable how many of the Chateau de Lalande chambermaids were called Olympe CH. Were there 12 of them with that name and just the last few letters changed? Of course it didn't protect her identity at all. Luckily back then, I suspect identity theft wasn't quite as big a thing as it is today. But today we're living in an age where it is very important to protect our personal information online. And that's where Incogni comes in. And I'm very lucky because Incogni have kindly offered to sponsor today's video with this ad. Nowadays, there are increasing alarming numbers of data breaches happening all over the world. Often that happens because our personal information, our names, our addresses, even our shopping habits or our social media profiles are collected by data brokers who sell that information for profit. And the problem occurs if that ends up in the hands of scammers. These leaks can have consequences ranging from the extremely serious, like stolen identities, down to the extremely annoying, like robocalls. The thing is that we have the right to ask data brokers to delete the information that they have about us, but doing that manually, contacting each data broker individually, would take years. And that's what Incogni does for you. They reach out to data brokers on your behalf and ask them to delete any information that they have about you and deal with any objections that the data brokers may have. An annual subscription with Incogni is a perfect way to do it because throughout the year they keep contacting more and more data brokers and they let you know how they're getting on. I've had a subscription with them for over 2 years now, and so far they've removed my data from 213 different data brokers. I had no idea that there were that many people out there who had my information. And it's incredibly easy to set up. All you have to do is create an account and give Incogni permission to contact data brokers for you, and then you can just sit back and relax and let them do the job for you. If you'd like to try Incogni for yourself, then click the link in the description box below and use the code Chateau Diaries to receive 60% off an annual Incogni plan. And now, Galahad and I are going to do a little bit of admin, and then we're going to go out and see how Ombeline's getting on in the garden.
Great. Well, it's the end of some stuff. Like the leeks are half gone now, and I'm taking out the green beans bed. But what's new is that for the winter, we're gonna have green mulch. I'm not sure.
Green mulch?
I'm not sure it's a good translation, but instead of having black plastic.
Oh, yes.
What's gonna cover and feed the ground is gonna be that green mix.
And this puts nutrients into the ground.
Yeah, into the ground. And in the spring, before they flower and get seeds, I just chop them and I put them into the ground. So the ground is full of roots, so it's aerated.
Yes.
And it's full of nutriments because of these babies.
That's a good idea.
I have to put them all in before November. And then it's going to be green instead of plastic ground, you know. It's gonna be nicer.
And they're not edible. It's literally just to feed the soil.
Actually, some of them are edible because they are black sarrasin. You know that grain who's a gluten-free?
Sarrasin is buckwheat. You're right. Yes, buckwheat.
Yeah, buckwheat is in there. There is faceli who's really good for bees. Melilot is what the big chefs do as a replacement for vanilla. They use melilot flour. Melilot flour or seeds, I'm not sure about it, but melilot is what they use as a vanilla flavor.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah, and it's really good for the ground. So and there is mustard as well, white mustard. It's a mix of everything, so the soil is really nicely fed.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Much better than the black plastic.
Yeah, well, we'll still have some because some of the crops are going to be ending too late and I won't have time to make them grow before it gets too cold. But as much as I can, I will just we already have like 4 beds of them. So.
It'll be an experiment because we haven't done it before. So then you'll see how much work it is compared to the plastic and whether it's worth doing next year.
Exactly. Those ones are not ready yet. Look.
Butternut?
These are, I think, spaghetti.
They are so gorgeous.
Spaghetti,
and that's the butternut over there. So the big pumpkin's been harvested.
Yeah, the big pumpkin had it dry, but you see, this one is not dry yet.
Yes.
And you need to look like this, you know, like really dry, like the leaves.
These are great. It's a big success this year.
Yeah, it's good. I took time to protect it really well out from the peacocks. So we had quite a bit of
What's this white one?
It's bleu de Hongrie, une courge bleu de Hongrie.
Never even heard of it. Hungarian blue.
Yeah, and it's really, really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's super sweet.
You're going to be happy, Philip.
I love
Autumnal
vegetables.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks, Umbeline.
Bye.
Bye. I do love this weather, actually. I know I whinge when it gets cold in the chateau, but it's beautiful, it's gentle, it's tea weather. We're all wrapped up, Galahad's in jumpers again. All's good with the world. I just went out to see Omberlin, to see everything in the garden.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise our Jerusalem artichokes are coming up.
They are, they're a bit small.
This looks like a painting. Seriously, this is just you washing vegetables all from the garden. She mentioned nearly half the leeks we've used now.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's great. And the
good.
chard in all the different colours.
They're pretty, aren't they?
All of that from our own garden. What a place to live. And this is what you do in the afternoons, is it? Do you need someone else to do that for you to feed you?
No, I'm an independent woman, you see.
Oh, but I would love to peel those for you. This is tonight's grape compote. Yeah, again from the garden. Now you see, this is looking wonderful.
Good.
Excellent plastic utensil you're using there to do the lemons. I like that. Yeah.
Plastic is fantastic, eh?
This is what we use, and these are the things we look at for fun. Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah, I might put a cinnamon stick in there as well, just for a bit of, fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
You enjoying your lunchtime chocolate soya milk special chocolate granola? He is adorable, isn't he? Adorable.
You tried
His little beanie and his little chocolate milk.
You tried the other day and you said you absolutely really loved it.
I did. I tried it for breakfast, like a normal person.
You kept stealing
I
mine.
loved it. It was so good.
It is
so
breakfast.
good.
Yes. We've been in meetings all morning.
I know, and you don't eat in the mornings, I know. Whilst mocking you, I'll eat some as well, thank you. That's really good. Oh, and the smell! Oh, Marie!
It looks so nice as well.
There we were, thinking that the grapes would be wasted because we couldn't eat them fast enough. How wrong we were.
Yeah, and look at the colour.
So we're having that.
Pretty with the panna cotta. Yeah. And then I'm gonna serve some of these cut up grapes as a garnish.
I mentioned I love living here.
A couple of times.
Were you inspired by my jumper today? I mean, this is
Very. Can you tell?
pink.
I'm always inspired by Marie.
Oh, you thought you put more pink on it as well?
Oh, and there's pink glasses as well.
Oh, whoa, okay.
I just thought, let's just go all out.
I am reserving judgment till I see the finished table because I trust you.
Good.
Ooh, good. I feel that at least I might match the starter even if I don't match the table.
Very nice.
Well, I thank you, but I've got a major clash problem going on. I forgot about the pink.
Ah!
Marie's gone quite pink on the starter, so it's good. I sort of went red. It's the whole autumn.
Lovely, Angel.
Well, it's the autumn wardrobe coming out now.
We match. Have you seen my tie?
You look extremely handsome, darling.
I hadn't worn this since last winter, and I had to let this little thing out at the back.
No, Philip, you have.
like
you're
this much.
so much bigger than me. Look at your shoulders.
Yeah,
You've just gone boom.
I don't work out. But it's not just here. If we're just there, it'd be fine. It's just a little bit.
Come on, you've still got a tiny waist. Very annoying to the rest of us.
Not as small as it was, clearly.
I think that's the first time at the end of the season that we have got the fire on in the dining room. It's lovely and warm in here now. Philip, it is beautiful. I mean, it's crazy and insane, but the work of a twisted genius.
Basically, the idea behind it was a very opulent, very rich table. Not
Oh, I
just
thought
in
you were going for
colour.
very pink.
No, both. I mean, both in colour, but also because these plates were made for Fontainebleau, for Louis XV, and it's pink to show off his wealth. Because at the time, you had to use gold oxide to create the colour pink, so it's the most expensive colour to make. And that's also why I've used my 19th century cranberry glass. I mean, you can see them there as well. It's got the white in it, and then
Oh,
it's
they're
water.
beautiful.
The cranberry glass is the same. You need to use
Made with
oxide.
gold.
So that's why I went for it. It's basically gold and pink.
Look at that. You might think you're looking at a pink table, ladies and gentlemen.
gold oxide.
It's a gold table.
Yes.
I will just specify, though, that sadly these are not actually Louis XV's own plates. These are reproductions of the plates that are now made, and they are spectacular.
Starting the meal today is a red endive salad with a Lalande honey vinaigrette, a roquefort cream, and some apples from the garden, and candied walnuts.
Thank you.
For main course, we have pan-seared trout for you with citrus beurre blanc sauce, creamy mashed potato, buttered mushrooms. So there's beach, oyster mushroom, and chanterelle, and a bit of charred stalks from the garden.
Are these the mushrooms that you got recently?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've been looking forward to them.
I love mushrooms, so hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Smells good.
Sauce it if you would like.
Yes, I'll always take extra sauce. Delicious dinner, Marie.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very lovely.
So good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So ending our meal tonight is a vanilla panna cotta with red grape compote from the garden.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We don't show this very often, but at the end of every meal, we come over here to the winter salon for tea and coffee because, of course, Marie and Dave start to clear the table and prepare everything for the breakfasts, and the rest of us are in here. And Galahad always joins us for after dinner drinks. It was delicious, Marie. So delicious. Can I take a dog? Mon amour. It's one of those mint teas, mine.
Yes.
Thanks, darling. Never has a truer word been said. Oh my goodness, Galahad has a new gift. The most beautiful outfit, Galahad. No, just it's like the peacock. I'm just going to get bum shots now. All day I have him looking at me, but now, with that outfit...
He looks very chic.
I'm so glad it fit.
Thank you so much. They are perfect.
welcome.
Look at that. What a dog. You're so dapper.
You like it?
Oh.